It's a nightmare that, I mean, so many people have faced, have ran from these flames and now are finding their businesses like this one gone. This is a karate studio with kids programs. There's a nail shop across the street. I just saw one business owner standing. What's your name, sir? We're live on KCAL.
My name is Lloyd.
Lloyd, I saw you just with your hands on your head, shaking your head in disbelief.
Correct. I lived back here in these apartments for over 15 years, and everything's gone.
Everything's gone.
Everything's gone.
I mean, I can tell you we're about 3 miles from where this fire started, and whole neighborhoods are wiped out, and we're on Lake Avenue right now. This is a business district. Yeah. We know so well. I live here too. Mm-hmm. I mean, you look around, there's not many businesses left untouched.
Yeah, it's devastating. This was a very close community. We all kind of knew each other, got along. Yeah. And even the business owners were very friendly to all the neighbors, and just to see the devastation that's here today and the state of how everything is, it's just shocking, completely shocking.
And they still haven't put out fires. There are still places catching fire.
Exactly. I was talking to some of the neighbors when I was driving around, and they were saying that how firefighters came and they said that there were no waters.
The water ran dry out of fire hydrants.
Yeah, so they said that they were there just shoveling dirt on their property, which is horrible. Horrible.
Picking up shovels of dirt to try to put out the fire.
Exactly, correct.
Because there was no water in fire hydrants. They're having to pull it from others.
Exactly. So
what did you go through? Did you ever leave and come back, or?
Yes, I left last night when the fire started. Just got back here just to find what it is right now.
What did you lose?
Everything. When I left my house, I grabbed about 3 days worth of clothes and left everything else.
Everything gone.
Yeah.
You've lived here for how long?
I've lived here about good 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Did you own a business here, or where did you work?
No. I worked over in Panorama, okay. But I lived here. I went to Altadena Elementary. I went to Elliott Middle School. I pretty much grew up here. Yeah.
And just to see the history, St. Mark's Episcopal Church is gone, right on the corner.
Correct. Yes, yeah. It's devastating.
What else did you hear about people running? A lot of people had to be rescued because they just couldn't get out in time. We just saw one grandmother still trying to get out of her apartment right up the street from here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were probably hesitant, really didn't know if they should evacuate or not. And probably tried to hang on to their property as long as they could and made that decision to stay. But in situations like this, it's always best to get out as soon as possible. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Tell me your name again.
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry. Thank you for taking these few seconds. I know, I mean, I'm sure you're in shock and you're just, what do you do next, Lloyd?
Exactly. Just try to pick up the pieces, lean on family members, and we all need to come together, not only as family, but as a community, and just rebuild and get everything back to where it was.
I'm going to give you a big hug because,
Thank you.
Oh, stories like yours bring tears to my eyes. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry it just becomes overwhelming, you guys. I mean, Lloyd just with, a little bit of a smile on his face, and he's lost everything. Okay, so I'm here on Lake Avenue and Beverly Way where businesses are burning, and these guys, look at every other business is on fire here, and fire trucks racing just to try to put out, I guess, the next spot that could go up in flames. But I've been talking to these young gentlemen. These are guys from the Valley who came armed with fire extinguishers, masks, and a van to try to help out. So you guys were telling me in the neighborhood behind us, you saw residents, they didn't have access to water, using almond milk to put out the flames.
Yeah, they're using anything they can, and they're working together as a community to just, if they see an ember, they'll go over there, they'll take it out, and they got a spotter on the roof just yelling out what they see and working together to try to figure it out.
This is Jordan, right?
Yes.
Giuliano and Sean. And you're from Pasadena.
Yeah,
what did you see as you guys, I mean, I guess you have a fire extinguisher. Have you been able to put out any embers yourself?
I haven't been able to do much, honestly. I really wish we could do more because a lot of people here are hurting. And I live in this town and I love the people here. There's so many great people. And just being here last night with my wife, this church on the hill was intact. And it's like here, like less than 24 hours later. And a lot of people are not able to save things. Like we came here with great intentions. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do a lot. And a lot of people have left. But any way we could help, because we know all these first responders are very understaffed. So,
tell me about how those residents, they were helping each other out. What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these residents, like up the road and everything, like everybody's helping each other in any way that they can, either to get, elderly loved ones out of the house. Earlier today I was over there helping out, and there was actually a goat tied up in a backyard, and a couple people banded together to get him out of there because I guess he had been left behind over there. So there's people walking around handing out masks, people walking around handing out water. There's literally a guy, you were with us here not too long ago doing that. So it's good to see a lot of people in Southern California have a heart and really want to help each other. I'd say I'd give the credit to this guy because he came out with his van, his wife, his friends, and all of these resources to do this. So,
What do you see them using besides water?
They were using they told us pretty much they used almond milk, like energy drinks, like any piece of like wet material that you could use to put out small little embers. So the water pressure, from what I understand, like a lot of the firefighters that are really having trouble right now because they're not able to put out these fires. So these families are taking toilet water even just to be able to put out a little ember and save their houses. I get it because it's like these people work their entire lives, their families, their culture, everything is there,
And I saw the tears in your eyes, and I know, I feel, Sean. I mean, people have lost everything. So many people. Yeah. Giuliano, you have this fire extinguisher. You were even trying to put out some of the embers where we're standing, some of the flames. I mean, it's just, you just wanted to help?
Yeah, honestly, I can't sit at home knowing that there's people out there that need to be helped, and I always just try to do anything I can to give a helping hand. I feel like I'm able-bodied enough to just do that, so why not? It's a little discouraging, I'm not going to lie, though, because like I said, this is not much we can do. By the time we spot a fire that we think we could potentially help, it's just so large beyond our means, and so really, I think their best take of action is just finding water and just giving them to these neighborhoods who have yet to have their houses burned down, and just giving them some sort of extra lipids, some fire ammo to kind of combat it. So
you're going to go buy some bottles of water?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then help them
Gallons, put up, cases, and just I think that's pretty much the best thing we can do at this rate. Because I mean, what am I going to do?
Right.
It's discouraging when you guys have such a good heart and it's in the right place. And Sean, last night you described the winds. When you saw that, you're talking about St. Mark's Episcopal Church, 119 years old, burned to the ground.
Yes.
What were those winds like? I said they were hurricane. They almost knocked me over.
The winds were pretty crazy last night because I've been in Florida during hurricanes earlier this year, and that's scary enough. But the winds here, I've never seen anything like it. It's the debris that's coming up. It's the side panels off the houses with the nails inside of them. It's the little chunks of glass that are flying. And to see actual big billboards topple and street signs, and just from the wind, not from any fire touching it alone, is just unbelievable. Seeing that here, by my house, and literally sitting in that parking lot last night.
We have a water
with the video.
drop finally happening.
Yeah. This is crazy.
We just saw it drop over a neighborhood, and it looks like finally this is going to drop right here off Lake Avenue. Look at this.
The whole place looks like a war zone. It's unbelievable.
It looks like a war zone.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Let's see if we can see this water. I've seen one so far.
Yeah.
John, my photographer, knows a lot about helicopters.
Yeah.
Which one is this? That helicopter about to make a drop.
Yeah.
He said a couple thousand, I thought. I think gallons of water, but elsewhere. It's going elsewhere. We saw at least one, you guys, so far. Let's wait for it and see. Okay, they're going to try to go get their van and buy some water. You guys, thank you so much.
No problem.
Give you a hug.
Be careful.
Okay, you guys too. Thank you guys. Thank you, Giuliano. Be safe. Okay. As we're watching this business burn up the street, a karate business with kid classes.
Just saw the water drop, Jazz.
Yep. Did you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. And this is something that we don't see often with, water.
Well, they got to do something.
In a business area, in a urban area, it's wow. But they need all the resources that they can get right now, and every bit of water and aid helps. And it's amazing that these neighbors are trying to help neighbors and out there with a extinguisher, just trying to make a difference. So
those are three amazing guys that Jasmine was talking to. Jasmine, thanks. We'll get back to you a little bit later.
Over to the left right here, another home that was destroyed is the home of David Olguin. He and his family have been back here. They came back home to see that their home had been lost. And David tells me that they've lived here for 6 years. David, thanks again for joining us. I was telling our audience, you guys have lived here for 6 years.
Yes.
You came back to this devastation. Tell us why you decided with your family to come back. What are you doing right now?
We're just trying to salvage anything we can. You know, when you've put your whole life into one place, you know, where you just try to come back and find any sort of hope you can. I mean, I'm mainly here just for my mom. I'm trying to find her, you know, a sign of hope. We lost everything we had here. The only thing we have is just what's on our backs right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking for any sign of hope to get over this devastation.
When did you guys evacuate and what were you able to take with you?
We initially evacuated around 9 o'clock last night. We took just honestly the minimums. We initially thought we were going to come back. It was just going to roll over. You know, LAFD was going to do what they had to do. But as the night went on, we eventually got word that the fire took over our block so rapidly that we just sprung into action and we tried to get back here to grab more stuff, but it was just too late.
You know, it looks, you know, looking at your home right now, it doesn't look like there's much left, but what do you hope? Is there anything in particular you are looking for that you're hoping to recover once all this is said and done?
The most important thing for me personally is my mom got me a gold ring for my birthday one year, and that's the one thing I'm looking for. Everything else, you know, items are replaceable, but that one jewelry item I am looking for, and I hope to find it soon, as well as just any sort of something that can remind me of the house overall.
Is that the case of every one of your family members here, just that maybe one special thing they could recover?
Yes, they're all just looking for something special, or they're just trying to get closure. It's just something that happened so sudden on just such a spontaneous day in the new year. We just weren't ready for it.
Yeah, I don't want to rehash the feelings you felt when you came back, but upon arriving here and seeing that the house was gone, just what went through your head and your heart?
Well, initially my dad, he got here first and I arrived a few minutes after him. So as I parked my car at the corner over there, I came rushing down, and my dad, he initially told me, turn around, the house is gone. And I just couldn't believe it. It's just something you would never think you would see. So I came running down the street, and just to find my house completely engulfed and just know everything that I had with me or I grew up with was just gone in a matter of minutes.
Wow. Well, in the midst of all your troubles, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, and we're glad that all of you are safe.
Thank you. I hope everyone else stays safe, and you know, we can all move past this together.
And I want to come over here right now to Melissa. Melissa, I know you've been out here in this community really all day helping a friend. What have you guys been doing to try and keep that home safe?
We've been watering with whatever hoses we have, watering the ground, which is extremely dry, and the house and the roof.
And the good news is their house is still standing.
Correct.
What do you think when you look around and you see so many that aren't?
I feel really sorry for whoever used to live here and whoever owns this house. I don't know if they know that their house is gone. I've been watching the news all day, and actually one of the reasons why I wanted to come out myself is to actually, I'm keeping little tabs on a Google map about what I know, because I've been watching you guys all day and other channels about which homes and buildings I know have been burned down, because the news doesn't exactly pinpoint, you know, the address or the street.
We try to, but it's very difficult. You know, there's just, and unfortunately in this fire, there is so much loss. Well, I'm sure your friend really appreciates your help, and it's just really hard to see.
It is. It's very hard to see all of this.
All right.
And, you know, what's been said before has been said, that this is unprecedented.
It really is. And it's going to be a long time to clean up.
Clean up for those that still have homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My old street is Loma out the Pine Drive. And that's where we had lost one of our, you know, family members in the fire. And, you know, rest in peace, condolences, and to the rest of the family and everything. And so it really hit the street I grew up off of. Everything's, my old grandparents' house is gone, my grandma Evelyn's house is gone, and you know, it's just this stuff hits. You know.
Who died? How did this family member die? Was it a cousin, an uncle?
Like an uncle to me.
Yeah.
You know.
He didn't get out. He burned in the home.
Yeah, in the bed.
In his bed.
Yeah, so I feel like he passed in his sleep. Ron Nickerson, what's up, auntie? You know, nephew, strength and loves and prayers, and it's hidden more and more that I'm out here.
And you were putting out fire. You said you were trying to.
I was helping who I can, and making sure, you know, what I can see or salvage or whatever. And my other grandma that lived more on the Lincoln side. Yeah. Me and my dad was watering down the house, watering, you know, since it didn't touch there just yet, but, you know, watering the house down.
I'm just going to get straight to it. Dale and Michelle, Dale was in this home for 60 years behind us. You've seen it all morning. I've seen you looking at it all morning, but you said it just really hit you.
Yeah, I don't hear very well, so I'm sorry.
Okay, so you were telling me that the emotions just hit you.
Oh, they just hit me about 5 minutes ago. And when we came up, I couldn't believe it. But 5 minutes ago, I was sitting in the car by myself, and tears just came over my face. So,
and
my entire history is in the house.
Yeah, Dale, he raised his family here. He's been in this home right behind me. It's still, parts of it have flames still burning here. It's been going all morning long. He's been here for 60 years, raised his kids in this house. I mean, what are you feeling when you see your house like this now?
What'd you say?
How do you feel looking at this morning?
I'm going to break down again. That's what I feel. It's my whole life.
Everything was in there.
So
we lost everything.
You shape up. You're supposed to be a support. Anyway, I'm okay. I'll be okay. I'm tough, and we'll start over. Even though I'm 91 years old, I'll start over again.
Okay, Dale. And what is your message to your neighbors that are going to be coming back just like you?
I would say that whatever happens to their property, we're just glad that they're safe and they've survived this along with us. And
thank you for all the personnel that are here that are fighting the fire. Is just amazing, and thank you to all of them and to you.
No.
We're spreading the news, even though it's bad.
They said that this little area right here just erupted all at once, and it was the hottest area up here, and it just went so fast. And then they thought they put it out, and then they went down the road and they came back, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Flames.
Yeah.
Well.
But they tried.
Well.
We give them a lot of credit for that. And
well, thank you for sharing with us, and we're praying for you guys. And I know your daughter's on the way.
Yeah.
Your daughter's on the way?
I think so.
Okay,
they went to Phoenix, and from Phoenix to Prescott, and then went to Las Vegas, where she said she won $600. And then I called her this morning, and they both hit the road. So they're on their way.
The support system's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Michael. He lives just down the street. He came in this morning. Your house, thankfully, was spared. But, what do you think when you see your neighborhood like this now?
Well, I keep going from not crying to now starting to cry again, because I know a lot of these people and they've lost everything. So it's pretty surreal to see all this. I mean, I left around midnight last night and the house just above me was burning. So I got out as quick as I could. I came back at 4 a.m. and I did not know these were burning, these houses. That completely caught me off guard.
What finally hit you? Because we've been talking for the last 45 minutes, and now something just...
Well, I mean, so much goes through your head because you hear about these things. And when you see it, and you see it jump from house to house, and your house is spared and others are not, and you wonder why, it's kind of rough. A lot of people are praying for us, but I know there's people that other people are praying for, and they weren't so lucky. So it's really hits you hard.
Michael, tell me a little bit about what you saw this morning when you came back to the neighborhood and what it looked like, because it was unbelievable.
Yeah, so I was at my mom's house in Monrovia, and when I left, I saw fires in the foothill at 4 a.m. When I came back here, I took back streets because I knew Michelinda was pretty much a parking lot. So when I came back here, there was multiple fire trucks. There's Glendale Police. I think Costa Mesa's out here. So a lot of resources were here. I think our house was spared because the water power is in our backyard, and Don Benito School they tried to protect. But I had no idea that the houses just down the street from me had been destroyed, and that was pretty much a gut shot to see that. I expected my house to be gone. We have ring chime, so I looked on the ring chime and it was all offline, so I figured that's it. So when I went to bed last night, I figured I'd come home to ashes.
It was a different situation for you. How would you describe the Hastings Ranch community of people? I mean, I've already seen so many people just gathering together.
Well, I mean, this is where everybody goes to see the Christmas lights and everything, so everybody pretty knows everybody. If they don't know them by name, they certainly recognize them. A lot of us exchange phone numbers. So that really was helpful, because those that didn't have eyes and couldn't hear, I would call them and tell them your house is fine. I'll let you know when the water and power's back on. So it's I guess calamity brings people together, right? So when that happens, everybody raises up and do what they can to help one another.
There's going to be a lot of rebuilding from here. Michael, thank you so much for your time, and good luck with moving forward from this.
It is much tougher to see it in person. Jasmine has witnessed so much up there. In fact, just a little while ago, she was standing right next to the Bunny Museum, which everyone in this area knows. Plenty of people bring their kids there. It's on Lake Avenue. It burned down to the ground. And part of the good story about the shelter here in the evacuation center here, part of the good story here is the owner and his wife had a place to come to. We talked to him, though. He was still extremely upset because of the problem with the fire, but also because there's a problem with the fire hydrants, he says, being dry, and he lost his museum of more than 25 years. Take a listen.
All the firemen kept on coming to the same hydrant. It was dry. It was dry. I felt really bad. They really wanted it. They were trying to do something. But they could have had, I think, every firefighter in the world there with those winds. They weren't going to stop it. It blew through all of the old town, the iconic Altadena Old Town. Sorry. It's gone. Our museum is gone. That'll hit me in a while. You know, took my wife and I almost 40 years to put it together, but it's the way it is, so we'll go on.
I mean, such a special place. I believe he had a $2 million endowment. It really was a wonderful place. Hopefully he can rebuild. Obviously, he is just devastated. It is so hard to hear and see those stories. On the flip side, these are the people that are coming out to help all of them. These food trucks right here are from World Central Kitchen. You know, Chef Andres does that. And now they're out here helping people, bringing them food for free. But I want to introduce you to this group of people right over here, because this is not any one kitchen or restaurant. This is just a group of neighbors. They came out here and decided to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing today?
Well, tell me about this. You know, when I first came up to you, I thought you were actually one of these food trucks, that you had a restaurant, but you just decided to come and help out?
Well, you know, we're all one. We're all humanity, and we help each other. And peanut butter and jelly connects you to your child heart. So I've got all my children here, and my wife, and then all these new friends from humanity that are here just to help out and reconnect people with their childhood in these tough times.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
Little things here and there.
But you just saw this fire and decided to come down and help?
Immediacy and civic duty.
Wow.
Two Burning Man principles that we need to live by every day. So this is going to be something that we continue in LA and the community after this too, because there's always people in need.
Well, you represent the spirit of giving in
let's
these
do
tough times.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
So listen, this is really the good part of the story. People coming out and helping as people are going through the toughest times of their lives back here in the shelter here at the convention center. We know that there are more than 1,200 people inside right now, and I want to take you inside and show you a little bit about what these people are experiencing. When you walk through the door here, what you're really going to see is a lot of senior citizens and people who need medical help. That's because these were some of the first people evacuated that needed to come in these shelters. And I want to assure you that they and their pets are receiving plenty of care. There are trained medical personnel here, some nurses that are helping all these people out. They are feeding them here in the convention center as well. And this is the place to come if you need any help. Right now, briefly, we just want to talk to this woman.
Yeah.
Taisha, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
I'm so sorry to hear. I understand that you went back to your home and
My grandma's home was burnt to the ground. I'm just looking for my aunt right now, and I can't currently find her. So if anyone knows her, we're looking for her.
what's her name and how old is she?
Her name is Carolyn Burns. She's 57.
Okay, and she evacuated on her own, and you're just trying to be reunited with her at this
Yes,
point.
to see if she's okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry you lost your home. Did you see the fire come, or did you just see the aftermath?
I just see the aftermath.
But everyone got out of the
So
home,
far.
and your pets and everyone.
We didn't have any pets.
Okay.
But so far they did. We're just looking for my aunt right now, as of right now.
Okay, and one more time, what's her name?
Carolyn Burns.
Okay, and she can come here, meet you here.
Yes, if anyone knows anything, because their house is burned to the ground. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry what happened, but the good thing is that you're okay, and hopefully
Yes.
she's okay too.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for talking to us. So.